next, a mind-reading machine that can produce pictures of what a person is seeing or remembering has been developed by scientists. The device studies patterns of brainwave activity and turns them into a moving image on a computer screen. And while the idea of a telepathy machine might sound like something from a science fiction movie, the scientists say it could one day be used to solve crimes, which sounds like a very good idea. But does being able to read other people's minds sound an exciting idea in terms of progress for future, or just terrifying to us? Would you really want to read other people's minds? No. I'm with you, Jen.
I just absolutely think it's the most horrific thing in the entire... I mean, I was scared when video phones came in case people can see what you're up to. But the thought of... I mean, if I went to read Tim's mind, it would probably just be like lap dancers, just like thoughts like that. Or I like to think that people like me, whether they do or not. Yeah. So I just couldn't bear it if you just went like, beep, beep, and it was going, what a cow. I'd just be crying all the time.
Oh, she stacked it on.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't like any... And also, I think that although it... Obviously, if it could be, you know, just used for the criminal minds, etc., then it would be great. But it wouldn't. It would be used to sort of add to this big brother world that we're increasingly living in, to check up on us all. So, and also, I don't believe that it's that far advanced at the moment. It might be fun if you had it like that and you were like on the tube and you could just go beep, 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 like that to see what the, you know... what the bloke opposite was thinking.
The thing is, though, with the police, though, I mean, because they use psychics and all sorts of things, don't they? And I suppose, actually, if you think about it seriously, with a criminal mind, wouldn't that be fantastic, you know?
Absolutely.
To read minds that, you know, like people that are in prison for years and years, and, you know, we can just read their minds and find out what on earth is going on. I mean, that would be fantastic.
So depressing, though.
It would be, but what a tool to have, and I think that's fantastic. But having said the other part, the other personal side of it, I think we're all paranoid about everything anyway. So if, you know, you are next to somebody and they can read what you're thinking... If I could read Denise's... Oh... I mean, Sherrie,
nobody would understand anything going on in your head if you could do it.
I think the intent with which it's been designed is honourable, to say the least. I think there are a lot of people that are desperate for answers of unsolved crimes, about where people's bodies may lay, where they can get some closure on that.
That's
and I think absolutely, if a development in science can advance that and give them the answers they need, then that's to be applauded. But to just use it willy-nilly on the tube...
Do you think it would ever come to that,
awful thing.
it'd be very addictive, though, wouldn't it?
Dreadful, Sherrie.
Well, I can't imagine it becoming like a domestic appliance, you know, it's like...
The kitchen?
Well, also because it's secretive as well. You have to have two willing parties. You can't just sit there with your little machine taping people without knowing, or, you know, trying to see what they're thinking without them knowing.
Well, you could if it's a teaspoon.
Well, I think...
When did it become a teaspoon?
Well, because they'd make it into something like a teaspoon, wouldn't you? And go...
I think it could also help relationships, possibly, because if I knew what Paul... Well, I think if I knew what Paul was thinking, I wouldn't constantly be putting my foot in it all the time.
Would you really want to read his mind?
Well, I don't think he has fully formed thoughts straight. So I'm pretty sure that if I could... I don't mean that, Paul, in a horrible way. I mean it in a lovely way. But, I mean, I think with all of us, to a degree, I don't think reading someone's mind will give you a fully formed opinion. I think... thoughts are like an opinion in progress. So someone might be thinking, as you're talking to them, what a load of old rubbish, but they also might be thinking, still, you know, making up their mind and coming round to it. It doesn't mean just because someone's thinking a negative about you that they necessarily dislike you.
But don't you concede that we're a fickle bunch, and one day what we love, the next day we loathe, and that's our prerogative, and we keep those thoughts
You
to
wouldn't have
ourselves.
to speed dating, though, would you? You didn't have to speed date at all. You just go, what, that man? Beep.
And in bed it might be quite useful, because if you're wondering if they're thinking about you or not, that'd be quite good. But where would you put your device? Where would you hide it?
I can think of a few suggestions for you.